Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into your January 6 card spread. I am an intuitive tarot card reader and I will be drawing out some messages which will be helpful for you, hopefully, for the month of Jan. If you're not familiar with the way I do things, I do provide an extended version via the link below. So if you're interested in checking that out, you'll find the trailer below. You'll also find a list of services and my email for private readings in the show more section. Otherwise, let's jump into it and see what's coming up for the sign of Taurus for January. Okay, let's start off with the Sun card. This can be an Aries coming in around some of you, a destined Aries coming in for love, romance, business adventures. I feel like the Sun is new beginnings, so you're pointing to new beginnings here. You're pioneering something very exciting in the month of January here. The Sun card is all about the self, so self-growth, self-transformation. It's also a divine masculine energy, so for some of you ladies watching, you might have a divine masculine energy coming in around you, which is very, very powerful. But I love that the month could potentially start off with bright, big openness. The child can indicate anything around the family home, which is quite strong in that first column. Working from home, better relationships with loved ones, children, grandchildren, civil partnerships in love as well. Just having a very functional, harmonious period in the home and family life, I feel, which is really good. Possibly even family reconciliations here, so reconciling with someone you have children with or you used to have a family with. Pregnancy, fertility could also be the case with the Sun card. It's also education and learning. So some of you are learning something new, a new skill, a new language, a new piece of information, learning about yourself, learning about your children, or even something to do with the inner child here. Childhood dreams, childhood visions, or revisiting your childhood could also be the case with the Sun card here, which is very powerful. You also have the Page of Wands, Taurus, which can be this Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. The Page of Wands is known to be driven by his desires and passions, and he's often willing to go to extreme lengths to get what it is that he's set his eyes on. It's a very passionate figure, so it can speak of infatuation and lust, and there could be some sort of romantic gesture here or offering of some kind. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's to do with lust, but the Devil card is here, which also has a strong sexual energy. So I'm wondering that there might be someone here who's wanting to reconnect with you physically, okay? Maybe they're wanting to find that intimate spark with you. Maybe they're just wanting you for their physical pleasure and physical companionship. That could also be the case. But I feel like with the Page of Wands, the page is a little bit inexperienced. He's not exactly settled in his ways. He's got a lot of love to give, but he doesn't always know how to give the right love. So it can point to someone who's a little bit confused or someone who's right now a little bit introverted. If this isn't in regards to love, the Page of Wands could symbolize hearing from someone who is further afield, a foreign lover, a distant family member, maybe even news of travel or planning travel, because the Page of Wands, you know, a bit of a busy bee, attending to different people, places, things. So I feel like a lot of things might have your attention in the upcoming month of January. Now, you do have the Hangman here, but before I move to the Hangman, the Three of Swords sitting under the Page of Wands, there could be confusion between love, choosing between head and heart. There could be a fire sign that's confused, or maybe even an air sign, or it could point to you being confused as well here, Taurus. The Hangman is here, which is held in suspense. He's not exactly in the optimal position to be making major decisions. There's something that has upset him or has imbalanced him in some way. And I do feel like anything involving relationships, business collaborations, friendships, anything binding you to a person, place, or thing might face some imbalanced circumstances, I should say, during the month of January. Now, the Hangman is punishment. Someone could be punishing you. Someone could be taking you for granted. Someone could be mistreating you. You might be mistreating them, but there's consequences. Someone might be giving you the silent treatment. You might be giving them the silent treatment, for power, for lust, for greed, for selfish reasons. The devil operates in mysterious ways. And I feel like with the Hangman sitting above here, there is some sort of imbalance in relationships, or at least involving some other person here. It can be a Capricorn as well, absolutely. But notice that the link is here and then he's tied down here. So you're tied down to something, or someone is tied down to you, or you're tied up against something here, Taurus. Look, let's hope it's in a good way. But honestly, when I see that, I do feel like, you know, it's being tied down to something, or binded to something, or bound to this person. You know, the devil is powerful, and it's almost like they've submitted to him. Sometimes he can. This card can even rule like addiction, greed, lust, overindulgences. So things like that. Potentially falling back into old patterns here, Taurus. So be mindful of that, because that could come up. For others, there's a lot of hope and happiness and harmony. The Ten of Cups is finding your happily ever after. The Ten of Cups can be a reunion, and it can be celebrating the rainbow after the storm, after you've weathered the storm. Anything around the family, life, children, working from home could be coming up with the Ten of Cups. Being reconciled, moving in with someone who has children, meeting someone who wants a family, having discussions about starting a family, or merging or blending families could also be the case here. But I do feel like there's hope here. Now, the rainbow has many colors because there's a vast amount of experiences that can be epitomized through the rainbow. It's very colorful, meaning things range from all colors of the spectrum here. So there's a lot of very colorful, thrill-seeking, uncertain, risk-taking behavior or circumstances that might come up for you in Jan. You'll definitely feel all the colors of the rainbow, so to speak. But I love that first column. So there's definitely going to be periods throughout these relationships that are not all bad and imbalanced. Some could point to very happy times. There'll be a lot of ups and downs, I feel. So you'll definitely experience a lot this month. The Three of Swords could point to deception. It could point to a third-party situation, conflict in love, healing, or being pained by something. Could even be heartbreak, devastation. This is the storm. That's weathering the storm here. So it might be from an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could be that communication is very stop and start, or communication is devastates you in some way. It causes conflict or tension or pain. Again, multiple options in love, absolutely. This could even point to like an incident in the workplace that hits close to home. It could affect you mentally. It could affect you emotionally. Especially if you have a long distance connection with the Page of Wands, because he's not always in front of us for us to absorb, because he travels and moves around and is quite fleeting. Some of you might have complications in a long distance connection. Maybe you're missing each other. Maybe there's a bit of confusion that might resurface from yourself, from your end, maybe from your partner's end. But that could also be coming up. 3 people involved in a situation. You know, the Three of Swords with the Devil card, I do feel for some of you there is deception coming up. Be careful who you tie yourself to, Taurus, because you could end up getting hurt. It's important to protect yourself, and you tend to be this way. You tend to move quite slowly and steadily to avoid pain and hurt, and you want to see that that person can prove to you who they are, whether this is a friend, a colleague, someone you're entrusting your property to, your business to, someone that you're entrusting your life to. But there's an element of caution here. And I do feel like you need to apply logic and rationale, because that's what divine masculine energy is. It's more practical. It doesn't go on the divine feminine principles of emotion and intuition and basing your opinion and your direction on that. It's more on the logical, what can be reasoned, what's practical, what's coming up, what's evidenced to you. So I feel like, you know, you might be torn between head and heart, but I feel realistically the Sun card coming up is you needing to follow divine masculine principles rather than divine feminine ones. And look, the Devil card isn't always bad. It's just an adversary, essentially. So it could be someone coming up here that you're going to be linked or bound to. There could be someone that's sabotaging something here. There could be someone that wants to assert power or dominance over you. Could even be mind games. But it isn't always bad. It's someone it's an opposition. It could be that you might find that your partner disagrees with a lot of things you're saying. It could be that you find that there's a lot of competition or a lot more competition. Adversaries coming up in terms of business and money-making opportunities. Friendship groups. Even could be jealousy coming through. Or even a lot of sexual encounters here. You know, there's strong sexual energy. One-night stands. Exploring your sexuality. Someone wanting those things from you. Someone getting more intimate. Maybe it's happening too fast. Maybe it's happening not fast enough. But it can essentially just be a Capricorn that's coming through that wants a partnership with you. And Capricorns are resilient. Okay, they always bounce back. It's a very admirable trait that they have about them. And maybe this is even a message here that you will bounce back from whatever it is. Tensions, heartbreak, confusions, third-party situations, introversion, consequences. You will bounce back. It's all about resilience. I feel like that's the undertone to the Devil card if it's not read in any other context. So bouncing back on being resilient. Coming back bigger, better, stronger than ever. Coming back unscathed. Coming out of something alive. You know, coming back with power. With the power that you believe you deserve, that you believe that you have on your side. That could also be the case here with the Devil. I will leave your reading at that though, Taurus, and continue with your extended, the link to which will be available below in the Show More section. Otherwise, take care, Taurus, all the best, and we shall be connecting very, very soon. So thanks again for liking, subscribing, and sharing. It is very much appreciated, so thank you so much in advance, and until next time.